Ridley Scott's Alien, released in 1979, indelibly altered the genre's aesthetic. The Xenomorph became one of the most horrific movie monsters, and the director also created one of the most fierce heroines in movie history with Ellen Ripley. The first Alien TV series, Alien Earth, marks the start of a new chapter in the franchise, which has endured for nearly 50 years with a number of sequels, both good and horrible. The show, which is run by Noah Hawley of Fargo fame, is available on FX and Hulu. Along with a completely new ensemble of characters, led by Sidney Chandler and Timothy Olyphant, the terrifying Xenomorphs are once again in the spotlight. Here's everything that occurs in Neverland, the first episode of Alien Earth. This planet is explained at the beginning of the episode with the statement, in the future, the race for immortality will come in three guises. These include hybrids, artificially intelligent beings, cyborgs, humans with cyber enhancements, and synths, artificially intelligent entities downloaded with human consciousness. Which technology prevails will determine what corporation rules the universe. In the year 2120, the episode opens aboard the Weyland-Yutani Corporation's USCSS Maginat. We witness a ship coming to life and its crew emerging from stasis for a 65-year mission, much as in the opening sequence of Alien. The four megacorporations that control the entire world are discussed. North and South America are under the grip of Weyland-Yutani, as we already know. They also possess Saturn and Mars. The moon is run by Dynamic. However, take note of the moniker Prodigy, which is operated by Boy Cavalier, a trillionaire child genius. Maginat is tasked with returning extraterrestrial specimens, some of which are revealed to be facehuggers. Weyland-Yutani is going to be in possession of the spooky crawlers that have been marked for delivery, but many decent people will die to get them. What might go wrong? We get fleeting glimpses of the agony that Roop will experience as they return to a protracted cryosleep following their meal. Next, we travel to Prodigy's earthly Neverland research island. There, a sick girl named Marcy, who is hooked up to an IV drip, spends time with his synth named Kirsch. The young human and this synth seem to be buddies, but the girl leaves to undergo some kind of medical treatment. The body of a young woman lies on a table. As the girl converses with Dame Sylvia, it becomes evident what will happen next. She will become a hybrid, where her consciousness is transplanted into the adult synthetic body. Marcy is informed by an ecstatic Boy Cavalier that she will be the first of her kind. As she undergoes the treatment, he plays the animated Peter Pan on the ceiling for her to view. Marcy's last comments from her previous life as she glances at her new body are that she looks like a Wendy. Then when Dame Sylvia calls for the new Wendy, we see her sitting peacefully on the edge of a cliff, observing the water. Wendy plummets, landing gently after 100 feet, and then sprints along the shore at breakneck speed. One's new synth frame not only changes their awareness, but it also has physical capabilities that beyond human limitations. Wendy discusses her weird new body with Dame and Kirsch in a private meeting. Since she is technically a child in an adult shape, the two talk about the possibility of artificially undergoing puberty for her mental health. Then Wendy finds out that she will soon be joined by other hybrids. As these frightened and unwell children prepare for their transition, it will be her responsibility to be their big sister. Boy Cavalier observes Wendy's effective interactions with the kids. She explains to them that only children can do the synth procedure because adult brains are not yet capable of handling it. This group becomes a futuristic version of the Lost Boys, with Wendy present as each little boy and girl sleeps and awakens in their new hybrid body. Meanwhile, on the Maginat back in space, chaos has erupted. While the crew member pleads to be allowed entry so she can flee an impending threat, Captain Morrow is programming the ship to crash into Earth. To prevent anyone from joining him, Morrow, a cyborg, welds himself within the control room. The frantic crewman is killed in a burst of light by a Xenomorph. Just in time, Morrow makes his getaway into a tiny, far more safe chamber beneath the room as the alien begins to bash its way inside. The ship crashes into our planet a few seconds later. Next, we're shown Prodigy's new museum, which doesn't look all that different from the world we live in today. There are skyscrapers all around, trains close by, and people on boats. They have a baseball team as well. From Neverland, Wendy is observing her brother Joe, a Prodigy medic, as he moves across the city on security cameras. While he believes his sister is dead, she proudly talks about her sibling to her stuffed animals, still acting like a child. Both Joe's brother and sister remember watching Ice Age together as young children. The following day, just before the Maginat makes its last drop and crashes in a blaze in the center of the city, Joe, also known as Hermit, is at work. Upon arriving at the crash site, Hermit and the Prodigy soldiers he is with are met with widespread destruction. In the course of their search and rescue operation, they locate the ship and enter. Morrow exits his little pod in the control room and travels through the ship, where every human has perished. He doesn't know where the cargo is, so he sends Weyland-Yutani a telegram requesting reinforcements. As Wendy watches the crash's aftermath on television, she manages to take control of security cameras and discovers her brother navigating the debris. Kirsch confesses that she wants to find her brother when she insists on meeting with Boy Cavalier, who wants to take ownership of the ship. Wanting to observe how his super-strong Lost Boys handle the stress, Boy Cavalier gives the hybrids instructions to travel to the accident scene with Kirsch as their leader after being astounded by Wendy's nearly human facial reactions, to which she responds, "I am human." The search and rescue crew enters the Maginat's lab with live specimens, but Morrow hides from them. That worm-like thing that slips down the back of a soldier's shirt without him noticing is something I'll never tolerate. Morrow is there with a gun aimed at them as two of them leave the lab. The two men are tied to a pipe in the lab after he gives them the command to put down their weapons. Before the cyborg departs, Morrow inquires as to Cavalier's whereabouts. Hermit discovers a corpse in the Maginat's cryo-chamber with its abdomen exploded. In this environment, that's never good, especially for troops who are confined. Hoy! One of them panics as the insect-like creature crawls across his face before clinging to his neck and sucking out his blood till it dies. Kirsch informs Wendy that people are only food for other animals as the Lost Boys spacecraft heads to the scene of the collision. They live and then they die. However, since her brother is not going to die, Wendy does not want to hear that. He'll be saved by her. This marks the debut of Alien Earth's newest fierce heroine.